The periodic table of elements. Why can't I say that?
You watch me under the light, so keep me in your sight, 'cause I can do this all night.
Hey everyone, it's Nicole from Nicole Loves Nails. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, hi, I'm Nicole. It's nice to meet you. Thanks for clicking on this video. If you are into nail polish, do consider subscribing. I upload new videos every single week. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. How are you doing? I hope everyone is having a fantastic week. So I am back once again with another polish pickup video. For April, the theme is the periodic... I can't say this word. For April, the theme is the periodic table of elements. Why can't I say that? For April, the theme is the periodic table of elements. If you have no idea what polish pickup is, essentially it is a monthly collaboration between many different indie brands. Each month has a new theme and everyone bases limited edition polishes based off of that theme. Sometimes people stick to the theme, sometimes people get more creative in interpretation. Either way, we have a ton of really fantastic products every single month. Polish Pickup opens on the first Friday of every single month. For April, that means it starts on April Fool's Day, which is this Friday. As always, I will have all of the sale information linked down in the description box. I will also have links to the Polish Pickup website, the Polish Pickup International website, the Polish Pickup social media pages, my social media pages, as well as a link to my blog post where I host all of my swatch photos. Comparisons also go up over there in general. Yeah, so I think that is everything. Let's just get into this video. First up, we have all Mixed Up Lacquers with Unbalanced AF. This polish was inspired by the balancing the chemical ratio to keep a swimming pool clean and clear. It's described as being a white to berry / fuchsia solar polish with a pink to gold to green to blue shifting shimmer. It also has color shifting flakies as well as pink, purple, black, and white glitters in different shapes and sizes. It's priced at $11 for 15 ml and has a cap of 200 bottles. Unbalanced AF had a fantastic formula. The glitters and flakies all spread very evenly and easily with giving minimal texture. I found the shimmer effect in here was very color shifty. I was mainly seeing like a pink to gold to green color shift. I found the solar aspect in here change very easily for me using both a blacklight flashlight as well as natural sunlight. If you don't know, the color that you see using the blacklight flashlight is going to be darker than your typical color range that you will see in like natural sunlight. How dark this one gets under like a natural sunlight will highly depend on how sunny it is the day you bring it outside. For here, I was swatching this one. This was in the late afternoon on a fairly cloudy day, so it didn't get super dark, but it definitely did still change colors very easily. This polish is on the more sheer side, so you will have some visible nail line after 3 coats. The polish also dries down fairly dull, so you will want top coat for a glossy finish. Removal won't be overly difficult, but I would imagine the glitters will give you some difficulty if you try to scrub this one off. Next up, we have Cameo Colors Lacquer with All My Argon. This polish was inspired by argon and it's described as being a light / medium pinky lilac base, depending on lighting, full of scattered hollow sparkle, jam-packed with a shimmer, purple metallic flakes, as well as silver hollow micro flakes. It's priced at $11 for 15 ml and has a cap of 105 bottles. This polish had a fantastic formula. I found it applied very evenly and smoothly. It started off a little bit sheer, but it did build up really nicely for opacity and it did reach full opacity. The flakies in here all spread up very evenly and easily without giving off any texture. I found that the base color was exactly as described. I had to color correct my photos as well as my live swatch portion due to these being like the first photos I took with my new camera. I didn't know what I was doing, and so I did my best to try to show the actual color of this polish. I swatched this one in 3 coats plus top coat. You will want top coat for a glossy finish, but this won't be overly difficult to remove, and of course no issues with staining. Next up, we have Crystal Knockout with Volt. This one was inspired by Energizer lithium batteries. It's described as being a white / gray Crelly base filled with platinum silver flakes, matte black, white, blue, and pink micro glitters, white flakies in 2 shades and sizes of pink dots. This polish also glows in the dark. It's priced at $11 for 15 ml and has no cap. Volt had a really great formula. I found that the base color is a very pale gray that's basically white. To be perfectly honest, if I hadn't read the description of this one, I would have just called it a white. The base did feel slightly on the thicker side of normal due to all of those glitters, so it is what I would expect with a polish that just has this much glitter in it. I did find it very easy to work with. The glitters all spread up very evenly and easily. I didn't need to hold the bottle upside down or do any fishing. This one does dry down quite textured, so you will want 2 coats of top coat. I used a glitter smoothing top coat just to get me the smoothest finish possible. The glow in the dark aspect charged up really nicely for me using a black light flashlight. This is extremely glowy. So coverage for this one is very even, so if you don't mind obvious visible nail line, it will be passable in 2 coats. I prefer my white Crellies in 3 coats, so that's what I did for my photos here. Removal on this one will be on the more difficult side due to all of those glitters. I used a peel-off base coat, but soaking this one off will also give you an easy removal experience. Next up is Cupcake Polish with Radium Girls. This polish was inspired by the element radium, which was used by thousands of clock decorators, dubbed the Radium Girls. This polish is described as being a very pale, almost white-green base, filled with a gold to red to green aurora shimmer, and this polish also glows green in the dark. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has no cap. Radium Girls had a fantastic formula. This polish just screamed unicorn to me. Like the shimmer was kind of unicorn pea-like, and just in the white base, very unicorny. The base for this one is on the more sheer side, so you will have some visible nail line with it in 3 coats. I think this one is going to be sheer enough that you could definitely also use it as a topper. If you like to pair like unicorn toppers over like your natural nail in 1 coat, this will be fantastic for that because this applies very evenly. The glow in the dark in here is very strong and extremely glowy, as you are seeing here. I did charge this one up with a black light flashlight. However, I did also find that this one charged it really nicely in the sunlight as well. I swatched this polish in 3 coats plus top coat, as well as 1 coat over a black creme polish. You will want top coat for this polish, as it does have that slight textured rubbery feel glow in the dark polishes often have. Removal will be fairly easy though. Next up, we have Fair Maiden Polish with Heart of Glass. This polish was inspired by
europium sulfate.
The description for this one is a bright magenta jelly base filled with a violet to red to gold iridescent flake, as well as hollow flakies. It's priced at $12 for 15 ml and has no cap. Heart of Glass had a really great formula. The base did not feel overly thick or thin. It does start off pretty sheer, so you will want to build it up for opacity. I did still have a little bit of visible nail line after 3 coats, but I found that the flakies largely distract from visible nail line. This one is going to be sheer enough that can also be used as a topper. This polish is jam-packed with flakies. They do not dry down textured, but I do think this polish might benefit from pairing it with a glitter smoothing top coat. I did not personally do that for my swatch photos, but I think if I was wearing this for longer, that it is potential that the flakies might just kind of absorb the top coat after a while. I love this one with a matte top coat personally. Like, I just love flakies with a matte top coat. So the base on this is like a bright magenta, but I found that in person it just looked like a red base to me. Nothing here, dry down textured, removal won't be overly difficult, and no issues with staining. Next up is Fancy Gloss with
beryllium.
This polish is inspired by a cartoon of
beryllium,
and it's described as being a thermal polish that is green when cold and blue when warm. It is packed with blue reflective micro glitters. It's priced at $12.50 for 15 ml and has a cap of 400 bottles.
beryllium,
had a really great formula. It was on the thicker side of normal, but I did find it very easy to apply. The thermal aspect started changing on me right away. I found that the cold state is like a bright spring green and the warm state is like a blue that leans just a tiny bit greenish to like a teal maybe. The reflective glitters give this polish quite a bit of texture. For the smoothest finish possible, I would recommend at least 2 coats of top coat. I did use a glitter smoothing top coat before going in with my quick dry top coat for this polish, and I found that after about 20 minutes of having this polish on that I could still see quite a bit of texture, so I'd actually recommend 3 coats of top coat to get the smoothest finish possible. Those reflective glitters do give this polish a really pretty sparkle on the nail. On the nail, so I could see like the blue glitters, but as far as the reflex go, my eyes were only picking up the silver reflex. Removal on this polish will be on the more difficult side due to all those glitters. I would recommend soaking this polish off or pairing it with a peel-off base coat. Next up is Glisten Glow with Minty Fresh. This polish was inspired by the element fluorine that is used in toothpaste. It is described as being a white base Crelly loaded with mint and blue metallic flakes. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has no cap. Minty Fresh had a beautiful formula. To my eye, in person, this really looked like a pale blue base. The metallic flakies in here just make that white base look very, very like a pale blue. The metallic flakes all spread out very evenly and easily without giving off any noticeable texture. This is another polish that I originally swatched when I just got my camera, so I was still playing around with settings. I did my best. But it is pretty color accurate, just slightly overexposed for the swatch photos. This one also reminded me a lot of one of the polishes from the Glisten Glow Inner Piece collection. It is not a dupe for any of those polishes, in case anyone was wondering. I'll have a comparison up on my blog post if anyone would like to see them. So my photos show Minty Fresh in 3 coats plus top coat. I found in 2 coats it was still just a little bit sheer but passable if you aren't overly picky or if you have short nails. You will want top coat as this polish does dry down fairly dull. Okay, I almost forgot. I do have a couple of non-nail polish items to share with you all. Also, I apologize if you all can hear my husband outside. He just got his tractor back from the shop, and so we're back at tractor season, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So the first product I have is by Glisten Glow, and this is their glitter grabber. This is like my super, super old, manky looking bottle with the label peeling off. So if you don't know, glitter grabber is basically a top coat that you want to use if you have a polish that is going to be textured or anything that will suck up top coat. So for me personally, I like to use it with glitter polishes, reflective polishes, and also flaky, like really dense flaky polishes. I have personally been purchasing this product for ever since Glisten Glow launched it, I do believe. And this is something that I also have purchased the refill bottle for. I love this stuff. So with this product, you will also want to add a quick dry top coat or even a matte top coat if you wanted a matte look. This isn't like a final top coat. This is just a top coat to like even out any kind of texture. So again, this is priced at $8 for 15 ml and has no cap. Next up, we have Hearts and Promises with Potassium Flame. This polish was inspired by potassium and is described as being a sheer pastel purple base loaded with a silver reflective glitter, purple metallic flakes, purple and red shimmer, as well as rainbow flakies. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has a cap of 300 bottles. Potassium Flame had a really nice formula. The base did not feel overly thick or thin, and I had 0 application issues. All of those flakes spread out very evenly and easily, as do the reflective glitters. I did find for the reflective glitters, I saw a sparkle on the nail, but I could not for the life of me photograph it or get it up in video. So I did end up taking some video footage with my phone, which you are seeing here. Like I've said before, these reflective glitters, what you're seeing with your phone is your eyes are not going to pick it up this way. But I shot that just to show that the reflective glitters are there. I just had a very hard time getting them like to show up on camera. So I did not find that this one dried down super textured. You might be able to get away with just one coat of top coat, but I find it's good practice in general to do 2 coats of top coat for reflective polishes. Removal will not be overly difficult, but those reflective glitters will give you a little bit of mess. Next up, we have Heather's Hues with Iodine and Dash. This polish was inspired by the beautiful colors that iodine puts off when burning. It's described as being a hot pink to violet solar polish filled with an orange gold iridescent flake as well as a pink to orange to gold shimmer. It's priced at $12.50 for 15 ml, and I think it has no cap. So I did darken the video just to show just how bright neon-y this polish is. This is a super bright, super neon polish. Iodine and Dash had a pretty good formula. I did find it to be on the thick side. I did let Heather know that I ended up adding a little bit of thinner into the polish. It should not be an issue with customer bottles. As I mentioned with the last solar polish, I did use a blacklight flashlight for my indoor shots. The darkness that you get with a blacklight flashlight is going to make the polish look darker than, say, going outside and getting like actual sunlight. How dark the polish gets in the sunlight will depend on the strength of the sun, clouds, yada yada yada. I will say, when I brought this outside, which you're seeing here, it was extremely overcast and it was about to rain, so the sun was not cooperating with me, but I did notice that it did seem a little bit darker than it was inside of my house. The flakies in here look absolutely amazing. I love this polish. I mean, come on, it's a neon pink. So duh, I'm going to absolutely love it. I think this one's going to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on personal preference. I showed this one in 3 coats plus 1 coat of top coat. You will want top coat as this does dry down a little bit flat. The next non-nail polish item I have to share is by Heather's Hues, and this is her What Is This Sorcery lotion. So this month the scent is called Tranquil Sleep. It is described as being, hold on, top notes of violet key. I'm gonna put the things on the screen because I can't pronounce a couple of these. Like, I'm not even gonna pretend to pronounce that. So the inspiration for this one is the Tranquil Sleep Heather always got in chemistry class, which I definitely feel. And the price on this is $7.50 for 2 ounces. Like, this container is so cute. Also, as far as this lotion goes, it is a non-greasy kind of feeling lotion. If you use a lot, duh, you'll feel greasy, but if you use just the right amount, you won't feel greasy, and it absorbs really nicely. So this month's fragrance is very floral, and it does smell very tranquil. It's a very pleasant scent. So if you've ever tried the Heather's Hues fragrance on her website called Stress Relief on the Heather's Hues website for her scented products, this smells very similar to that. If you like that one, I think you would like this one. Personally, I love that one. I used to get that one as a wax melt, and it does smell very nice. It's a very, tranquil is a fantastic word for this because it does smell really pleasant. As far as the Heather's Hues lotion goes, you all know that this is my favorite lotion in the whole world. This is the lotion that I personally purchase constantly. I have containers of this all over my house, containers in my bag. I have gone so far as to also keep backup containers of this at my parents' house. On the off chance that, like, the one that I have in my purse is empty, I also keep backups at my parents' house. Like, I keep it everywhere I go, basically. It's just an amazing product, hands down. This one sells out every month, so if you are interested in trying this one, I definitely suggest getting to the website early, because this one always sells out super quick. And just a heads up, if you have any nut allergies, I would not recommend this one as it does contain sweet almond oil. Next up is KBShimmer with Grand Finale. This is inspired by the owner's favorite purple fireworks. It's described as being a soft, red-leaning violet base filled with a sparkling, hollow glow flake. It also has a metallic-like shimmer that shifts between a gold to copper to bronze. It's priced at $11 for 15 ml and has no cap. Grand Finale had a gorgeous formula. The base color on this one, I would definitely say it is a warm violet. I wouldn't say it leans red, but it's definitely like a warm violet shade. The shimmer in here is very metallic looking, and it just glows off of the nail. Between the shimmer and the holographic flakies, this is just an extremely glowy polish. The shimmer does not show any brush strokes. I think this one's going to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on nail length and personal preference. I swatched it in 3 coats plus 1 coat of top coat. And the final non-nail polish item that I have to share is the KBShimmer Sugar Scrub. This month's fragrance is Sweet Sangria. So this product is priced at $10 for 9.5 ounces. And just to show you all this, like, it is a very nice looking container. And I love my new camera. I love that I can do this now. Like, look. And here is the scrub. So KBShimmer always has really beautiful, long, detailed descriptions. If you've never read one, I highly recommend reading them because I always shorten them for my videos. But this month's scent is described as being a sweet, fruity blend as refreshing as a glass of sangria loaded with seasonal produce. Sweet grape notes are brightened by a hint of tart berry. Deep wine notes amplify hints of orange, black plum, and pineapple for a blend that will have you envisioning relaxing days laughing with the family and friends. 9.5 ounces. This is a very large container of sugar scrub. So for me personally, I love the KBShimmer Sugar Scrub. Long before I ever started my YouTube channel or my blog, I was purchasing this one every single month. For me personally, I like to use this one for when I'm swatching. I like to use it for my hands to give myself a manicure. I also use it for my pedicures. Before I shave my legs, I like to exfoliate with this as well. This is great for all over body, basically. Someone recently told me that they also use this as a lip scrub. I have not yet tried it as a lip scrub. I don't know if the brand suggests using it as a lip scrub, but just to throw that out there, someone does it. I have not personally tried it. I don't know if the brand recommends it, but...
Do you, boo-boo. Do you, boo-boo. You know why? Because I'ma do me.
So this month's fragrance is so sweet and fruity, but not at all like sickly sweet and fruity. Like, it just smells phenomenal. Oh, yeah. Just a heads up, the brand does say if you keep this one in your bathroom where like it's heat from the shower, that it could shorten the lifespan of the fragrance oils. I find that I go through one of these every like month and a half, 2 months maybe. And I have never had any issues with the fragrance oils starting to smell wonky from being kept in my bathroom. But I go through like one of these every 1 to 2 months. So I go through them pretty quickly. Also, as far as storage goes, the ones that I don't keep in use, I do store them in my refrigerator. And I find that it also does a great job at keeping things like smelling fresh before I get to use them. Next up is LynB Designs with the periodic table of elephants. This polish is inspired by a play on words that the brand owner's families like to use when talking about the elements. It is described as being an intensely shifty, buildable base loaded with a silver reflective glitter as well as holographic shimmer. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has no cap. This polish had a really great formula. The base did not feel overly thick or thin, and I had 0 application issues. This polish is extremely sparkly and shimmery. This polish has a very like ethereal, like ghosty kind of quality to it. Like it's just absolutely gorgeous. This polish is going to be extremely sparkly on the nail due to that holographic as well as the reflective glitters. The reflective glitters will give this polish quite a bit of texture. I would recommend doubling up on your top coat for this one just to get perfectly smooth. I did use a glitter smoothing top coat with it. In person, I was seeing a pink, orange, yellow to green color shift on the nail. I will say to get the most opacity with this polish, you will want to wear it in 3 coats. It's passable in 2, but it will be on the more sheer side. Removal will not be overly difficult, but those reflective glitters will be extremely messy. Next up is MTK Designs with Wolf Rocks. This polish was inspired by wolframite, a form of
Tungsten.
This polish is described as being a matte thermal polish that is an orange when warm to a stone when cold. It also has copper and purple micro sparkles. It's priced at $12 for 15 ml, and I think this one has no cap. Wolf Rocks had a beautiful formula. I found the thermal aspect change very easily for me. While I was swatching this one, it did mostly stay in the cold state. I used a hairdryer just to warm up my fingers a little bit. I had this one on for like a day and a half maybe, and I did find that it changed between the warm and the cold state very easily. The brand does mention that this polish is actually a tri-thermal with like a teal shade as the mid color state. When I was swatching this one, I thought I was seeing it, but I wasn't 100% sure. But my camera did pick up that teal color. So this polish does dry down matte, so you will want a glossy top coat if you want this to be shiny. Personally, I like this one best shiny, but I tend to prefer glossy over matte anyway. And I swatched this one in 3 coats. I think it'll be a 2 to 3 coater depending on personal preference. Next up is Moo Moo Signatures with the Last Mineral on Earth. This polish was inspired by a Raw Minerals wallpaper. It's described as being a white base with a gold to orange to green chameleon flaky, blue shimmer, as well as UCC flakies and neon yellow hex glitters. It's priced at $13.50 for 12 ml and has a cap of 200 bottles. The Last Mineral on Earth had a really nice formula. I found the base was slightly on the thicker side, but basically what I would come to expect of a flaky Crelly polish. I found all of those flakies and glitters spread out very evenly and easily, with giving off just only a little bit of texture. I used 1 coat of top coat for my swatches, and that seemed to smooth this one out really nicely, but I also didn't have it on for very long, so I can't say for sure if it will stay glossy with 1 coat of top coat. So I swatched this polish in 3 coats. I think it will likely be a solid 3 coater. Removal won't be overly difficult. I soaked it off with no issues. Next up is My Indie Polish with THC. This polish was inspired by THC, and it's described as being a green base filled with purple micro shreds, as well as a tiny glint of blue sparkle throughout. It's priced at $13 for 15 ml and has no cap. THC had a fantastic formula. I found the green base is very much on the jelly side, so you will want to build it up for the most opacity. This one is a little bit sheer, but I feel like the clear part of my nails exaggerated the sheerness level of the polish. I did have some visible nail line where I could see my natural nails, but I don't know, I just felt like my photos made this look a lot more sheer than it was in person. The micro shreds in here dry down without any texture, and it is a very sparkly polish. I think it's going to be a solid 3 coater to get the most opacity, or you could pair it with something like as a topper. Removal won't be overly difficult and no issues with staining. Next up is Native War Paints with Wakanda Forever. This polish was inspired by Vibranium, a fictional metal from the Marvel comics. It is described as being a teal/blue/purple shifting shimmer with silver reflective glitter and a violet tinted black base. It's priced at $12.75 for 15 ml and it has a cap of 150 bottles. Wakanda Forever had a beautiful formula. It did start off fairly sheer, but I found it reached full opacity in 3 coats. The shimmer effect was as described. So I found the reflective glitters in here. At first, I didn't think that they were super textured, but I did find, I used 1 coat of top coat for my swatches, but I did find after like a half hour, it wasn't 100% smooth anymore. So I would recommend using a glitter smoothing top coat and then going in with your quick dry top coat. This polish was super sparkly and reflective from those reflective glitters. I found them to be very beautiful. So for full opacity, you are going to want to go in for 3 coats. However, I did find that if you just do 1 coat over like a black cream, you will get the same effect on the nail. Removal won't be overly difficult. I did use a peel-off base coat, but you could soak this one off for minimal mess, as the reflective glitters will be messy if you scrub this one off. Next up is Restored by Polish with Icium U Cesium. This polish was inspired by the 55th element cesium and is described as being an indigo jelly polish with a purple and blue reflective glitter. It's priced at $11.50 for 12 ml and has a cap of 100 bottles. This polish had a fantastic jelly-like formula. So my live swatch is going to be in 2 coats. I actually did 3 coats for my swatch photos. I felt like you couldn't really see a difference between 2 coats and 3 coats in a live swatch, so I just cut it out for time. So I think this one is going to be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your nail length. Longer nails will likely want to go in for 3 coats. This polish is extremely sparkly from all those reflective glitters. I will note that the reflective glitters are like a blue and a purple, but like what your eye picks up naturally, you're mainly going to see like a silver reflect, and then you'll see like blue and purple glitters on the nail, but what your eyes see will be like a silver reflect and not like blue and purple. This polish will dry down pretty textured due to all those glitters, so I would recommend pairing this with a glitter smoothing top coat before going in with your normal quick dry top coat. Removal will be on the difficult / messy side due to all those glitters. I used a peel off base coat, but you can also soak this one off with minimal issues. And also, I thought this one was going to stain me, but I did not personally experience any staining. I would recommend doubling up on base coat just in case your nails get stained from blue / purple polishes. Next up is Sassy Sauce Polish with Elementary My Dear. This polish was inspired by the Element 10 Neon. It is described as being a gold / pink / green / purple 5D magnetic multi-chrome polish loaded with chameleon flakies that pop out the background when magnetized. This is priced at $13 for 15 ml and has a cap of 300 bottles. This polish had a fantastic formula. The magnetic multi-chrome pigment in here is extremely color shifty. It also magnetized very easily for me. For my swatch photos, I did use a ring magnet. For the live swatch portion, I am just going to use a bar magnet. As the description said, to best see the flakies in here, you will want to magnetize the polish. They're kind of visible when it's not magnetized, but also not really. This polish is, I was just in shock and awe and just like amazement of this polish. Like I was just absolutely amazed by this polish. It's so beautiful. The color shifts are as described. So I swatched this one in 3 coats plus top coat. It was opaque on me in 2 coats, but as always, I only magnetize my final coat, so I do a 3rd coat to magnetize. My ring finger is unmagnetized. Nothing in here will dry down textured or be difficult to remove. You will want top coat for a glossy finish. Next up is Sweet and Sour Lacquer with Chempers. This polish was inspired by Honey Lemon's periodic table attack bag in Big Hero 6, and it's described as being a neon coral base with hot pink micro flakies as well as iridescent flakies. It's priced at $12.50 for 15 ml and has a cap of 100 bottles. Chempers had a really great formula. It was just slightly on the thicker side of normal, but not overly thick at all. I had 0 application issues. The flakies all spread out very evenly and easily without giving off any texture. This polish is an extremely bright neon coral. I found it leans just a tiny bit orangey at times. This one is extremely difficult to photograph and try to get like color accurate shots, but it is a bright neon coral, not too pink or too orange in my opinion. So in the live swatch, I swatched this one in 2 coats. However, my swatch photos are in 3 coats plus top coat. This will be a 2 to 3 coater depending on your nail length. Removal won't be overly difficult, no issues with staining. You will want top coat for a glossy finish. And the final polish I have to share is by Twisting Nether Lacquer. This one is called Burning Sulfur. The inspiration for this one is sulfur, and it's described as being a yellow crelly base with flakies, shimmer, and holographic. It's priced at $13.50 for 15 ml and has a cap of 200 bottles. Burning Sulfur had a beautiful formula. It is on the more sheer side, so you will want to build this one up for the most opacity. I found the shimmer had like a red to gold to green color shift. The flakies all spread out very evenly and easily without giving off any texture. So in 3 coats, I did still have some visible nail line with this polish. It was pretty minimal in my opinion. I do think if you went in for thicker coats than I did that you could likely get this 100% opaque in 3 coats. But you know, I don't mind visible nail line. I really feel like that sheerness lets the polish really shine through with that shimmer and the flakies. I couldn't help myself. I had to put a matte top coat on this one, and I thought this one looked even better with a matte top coat. So my photos and video show Burning Sulfur in 3 coats plus top coat. Nothing in here will dry down textured or be difficult to remove, and I did not experience any staining. And so that is everything. What did you guys think? So for me, for my top picks, this month was a very easy one for me to pick for top picks. No particular order. My first top pick is going to be the all Mixed Up Lacquers polish. I love solar polishes first and foremost. Let's get that out of the way. I really love solar polishes. When you mix a solar polish with shimmer and glitter, you know you've got my attention. So the all Mixed Up Lacquer polish is going to be a top pick for that reason. And speaking of solar polishes, I'm also going to go with the Heather's Hues polish. So this one's going to be a top pick because it is a solar and also because it is a neon pink. I love pink polishes. Pink is my favorite color in the entire world. So this is definitely going to be on there for top picks. My next top pick is actually a surprise. When I saw it in the bottle, I knew I liked it. But I really liked it once I got it out on the nail, and that is the Crystal Knockout Polish called Volt. Yeah, the glitter mix in here plus the glow in the dark effect was just perfect. I also found that the glow in the dark in here was also very strong as well. My next top pick is going to be the Twisting Nether Lacquer Polish. This one is on here because I was actually surprised that I liked it as much as I did. It's like a yellowy greenish kind of base, and I didn't think I was going to like it on the nail. I wish it was just a tiny bit more opaque, but like I don't mind a sheer polish, so I really enjoyed this one as well. And so those are all of my top picks. I would love to know what everyone else is picking up. I have not yet gone to the website yet to see what is up for sale. So yeah, I don't know what I'm getting yet. And once again, Polish Pickup opens this Friday, April 1st on polishpickup.com. If you are in Europe or the UK site opens up on Thursday. Again, all that information down in the description box. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out, hit subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye! Actually, I lied. I'm going to be popping in some video of our chickens. So, yeah, stay tuned.